In this video, I'm going to be talking about 140, a side-scrolling platformer by Jeff Carlson. I played on the PC with an Xbox 360 controller, but you can also find it on Mac, Linux, Xbox One, PS4, and Wii U. "140 is an abstract, side-scrolling platformer where you play as a shape that changes depending on the action you're taking. Square if you're idle, circle if you're moving along the ground, and triangle if you're jumping. The objective of 140 is to make your way through 4 rhythm-driven levels by finding small circles in the level and taking them to the nearest semicircle. Once you do that, the soundtrack will change, and so will the level. As an example, this could mean that stationary platforms start moving, or the ground charges up and shoots you into the sky. You will end up retreading the same spaces in the game in an entirely new way when you pair the circle and semicircle and get new mechanics. Checkpoints are littered throughout the game, so you don't lose too much progress if you make a misstep or mistime your actions. The penalty for death is minimal, as you'll be taken back to the last checkpoint after a short sequence. Each of the 4 levels has a different boss, with different gameplay required to beat that boss. Once you beat the 4 bosses, you can try the mirrored version of each level, but there are no checkpoints this time. If you die, you're taken back to the start screen. High points. 140 has a great built-in tutorial. Right off the bat, you're presented with no information, and you kind of have to figure out exactly what you should be doing in the level selection screen. This area quickly shows you what the circles and the semicircles are and how to use them. When new mechanisms are presented, the game eases you into them and teaches you how to deal with them slowly, and usually with a checkpoint right before. The visuals of 140 are great. Simple shapes presented in a fun, abstract way. The soundtrack is also fantastic and integrates really well with the gameplay. The timing of moving elements is synced up to the soundtrack, which helps time your actions and is just plain fun to look at. The controls are tight and they feel good. The whole game is controlled with a left, right, and a jump button, which doesn't sound like much, but because of the variety of mechanisms, it keeps the game fresh. Low points. The mirror levels are super difficult to complete, but I guess that's kind of the point. I didn't have the patience to complete even one of them. The boss battles don't fit with the rest of the game. They are definitely fun, but they don't feel like a natural progression of the gameplay. I feel like boss battles should be the culmination of all of your skills tested in a unique way. This game has boss battles that just feel like they're kind of tacked on bonus levels, but they are good, they just don't fit. Lastly, the background can be distracting at times. Final thoughts! I absolutely love this game. The complaints I have are very minor, and I hope I don't dissuade you from playing a short but amazing game with a great soundtrack and fun visuals. If you're trying to learn how to make video games, take a note from 140. It really does a great job teaching the player how to play through the game without any explicit explanation. Even the boss levels, which are totally different from the rest of the game, are taught through gameplay. I don't really have a rating system, but if you're wondering if you should play this game, the answer is a resounding yes.